Today, I am in the mood for some pizza, so I'm gonna show you how I fit it into my macros without derailing my progress during my cut phase. I use something that I call the hybrid macro tracking method. This is where you pre-log your meals the night before in a macro tracking app. I use Macro First. That way, if you're craving something different from what you've planned, you can easily swap it in while still hitting your physique goals. What's going on? It's your boy Dave Marrero, and welcome back to Eating My Way to 10% Body Fat, a full day of eating. If you're looking for a reliable way to calculate your calories and macros for your cut phase so that you can lose fat without losing muscle, strength, or starving, comment shredded below and I'll send you the link to download my free Shredded Physique Calculator. Today, I'm gonna be making my own version of California Pizza Kitchen's barbecue chicken pizza. My version is high in protein and it's macro friendly. And I'm gonna show you how I adjust the macros in my other meals so that I can swap it in while still staying within my calorie deficit and macro targets. So, let's go. All right, meal number one is done, and today's meal is kind of my go-to, what I call big ass meal. So it's one of my staple meals that's high in volume to keep me full. So it's just scrambled eggs, got the zucchini in there, some salsa, some pico de gallo, beans and whatnot, and good old oatmeal with fruits in there. So the total calories and macros for meal number one came out to 611 calories, 55 grams of protein, 63 grams of carbs, and 14 grams of fat. So I'm gonna eat this, and then we're gonna move into meal number two when that time comes around 3 or 4. And at that point, I'm gonna show you how to swap in, or I'm gonna show you how I swap in the pizza for the meal that I already had pre-logged. So again, I pre-log my meals the night before so that I know what my calories and macros are for the day, and it gives me flexibility like for today. So I'm gonna swap it out, swap that in, and I'm gonna show you how I adjust the calories and macros and still be able to fit it in, stay on target. So I'm gonna finish meal one, and I will see you for the barbecue chicken pizza. All right, so we're here for meal two. I'm gonna get ready to make the barbecue chicken pizza. Using my hybrid macro tracking method, I already pre-logged my meals the night before. This saves me time so that I don't have to run and gun and track my macros throughout the day. I know that my calories and my macros are already set for the day, so I can easily hit them. But in the event like today that I wanna swap it out, I'm gonna show you how I swap the meals and then how I make the macro adjustments to make sure that I'm still within my calorie deficit and my macro targets for the day. So I'm gonna go in here into macros first. That is what I use to track my macros. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to meal two, which is lunch here. And the first thing I do is I delete those meals or those food items. And this is where I'm gonna add in the barbecue chicken pizza. So I'm gonna go over to meals because I also include, if you see here, the big ass salad as well. So I'm doing both. So I log that. And if you see here now all of my macros are red. That means that I'm over for the day. So the way that you make the adjustments and the way that I do it is I usually have a treat every night. And this just is like a preventative measure that I do to help satisfy my cravings. But in this case, I'm gonna have to take that in replacement of the chicken pizza. So what I do is I start with the snacks and I just start removing it to bring down and hit my macro target. So you see already, so I remove everything. So I look at where I'm at. Okay, now I see that I need to bring up my carbs. Now, I already did this ahead of time to make sure that my calories and macros hit. So what I did this morning, I actually had increased my oatmeal. So that's the next thing that I do. If I need to bring up my carbs, I generally tend to do it in meal one. If I already ate meal one, then I'll go ahead and just add it into another meal. But I had increased oatmeal this morning. So if you see here now I'm within my calorie and my macro targets for the day. Nothing is red, as you can see, and I'm good to go. But what I would like to do to see if it fits is I actually do want to add in a treat. So I actually want to add in a Snickers ice cream bar because, again, I always like to have something sweet. So I'm gonna add that in, and if you see here that my carb and my fat, again, it's high. So I'm gonna go to my third meal because my second meal is already in place for the chicken pizza. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna remove the fats. I'm gonna increase this by half. So that brings my fats down to 63, and then I'm gonna go and lower my rice by 150. Or what you could do, again, it's at 200 grams. I could look at the carbs and say, okay, I need to bring it down by about 10. So instead of 52 grams of carbs here, I'll put 42, and it automatically tells you the serving size that you need. This is why I really like macros first, because I haven't found any other macro tracking app that does it. If you have one, and then if you know one, comment below because I would love to check it out. So that's it. So if you see here, I'm pretty good and I'm happy where I'm at. I'm within plus or 10 for my protein for the day, plus or 10 for my carbs, plus or minus 5 for my fats. So I'm still within my calorie deficit, still hitting my macros, and I can easily add in the pizza to satisfy my cravings. That's what I'm in the mood for. And I was still able to add in a nice treat, which is gonna be the Snickers bar after I eat the chicken pizza. So now that I have everything plugged in, I'm good to go. I'm still on track. I'm gonna show you what the barbecue chicken pizza looks like. Let's go. Meal 2 is done. So let me show you how the pizza looks and how it came out. So this is the barbecue chicken pizza. Look at that.
Nice.
So it's high protein, macro friendly. So it's kind of almost like the California kitchen pizza minus the flatbread. And again, always have my big ass salad. And if you prep chicken and tired of eating chicken, I know sometimes when I have chicken breast in the fridge, I kind of look at it and I'm like, man, I don't want to eat that. So a good way to repurpose your chicken is to make a pizza out of it. Again, I'm gonna drop below the link to our recipe, which we have this on our blog, except for that one is an actual flatbread. So just the crust is different. So you can try that out, and it's a good way to repurpose your chicken breast. So thanks to my amazing wife and also the video camera. She does all of the edits and all of the recording. So let's give her some love. She chopped up some green onions and some cilantro that you could kind of garnish on the top to give it some more, you know, give it that restaurant type of vibe, type of flavor. And so we put a little bit on there. And again, this is kind of part of the Chipotle prep method. So always prep your ingredients, have them ready, and then you can utilize them in many different ways. So I also like to add in some crushed red peppers, give it a little bit of spice. And that is how you can easily swap out a meal and still stay on track. So the total calories and macros for this barbecue chicken pizza with my big ass salad came out to 822 calories, 65 grams of protein, 85 grams of carbs, and 25 grams of fat. So without further ado, I'm gonna dig in and then I will see you for meal number 3. Here's meal 3, and the final meal of the day is my lean ground turkey stir fry. And this is what I kind of eat on rotation as well. But again, you know, I had my pizza today for lunch, able to swap things out, still staying on track, eating good, nice, voluminous meals to help me stay full. And to top it off, I'm gonna have one of these Snicker ice creams. I found these not too long ago, and they're only 170 calories, so you can still fit in some nice treats, things that you enjoy, foods that you enjoy, and still stay on track. You wanna make sure, especially during your cut phase, that your diet is flexible and you're eating foods that you actually enjoy, because at the end of the day, adherence is the key to achieving your goals. And in order to do that, you need to eat meals that are tasty, simple to make, and that you actually enjoy eating. So hopefully you enjoyed. And to show the calories and macros for this meal, the total calories were 611. The protein 63, carbs 65, and fats 11. Now that's not including the Snickers. So for the Snickers, this is 170 calories, 3 grams of protein, 17 grams of carbs, and 11 grams of fat. So that'll do it for meal number 3. I'm gonna finish this, and then I'll share with you the total calories and macros for today. Here's the total calories and macros for today. My total calories were 2,289. My protein was 188 grams. My carbs 244, and my fats 62 grams. So I was able to swap in the barbecue chicken pizza with no problem. I was able to add in the Snickers bar, no problem. Still staying within my calorie deficit and my calorie macros for the day. So I'm still on target and still being able to enjoy the foods that I like. So if you're interested in knowing what your calories and macros should be for your cut phase, click the link in the description below where you can download my free Shredded Physique calculator, where it does the calculations for you, it does the math for you. Just enter your personal information and it'll calculate it for you. As always, thanks for watching another Eating My Way to 10% Body Fat episode, and I will see you in the next one.